Eh, mfiti sana. Yes. Iko na sauti actually. Iko nayo. Mwambia kuweke channel 1 nimeka internal mic. Yes. Juu ile audio nyingine nimeconnect tuko ndaweka baadaye. But saina roll na internal channel 1 mwambie iko na audio kuweke. Mwambie channel 1 ya camera iko na audio kuweke hii internal. Napiga picha ngapi?
Good evening. I'd like to call this event to order. Kindly take your seats. Looking wonderful, looking beautiful. As you take your photos, kindly also take your seats so that we may start. Asante Sana. Top 40 under 40 women 2023 would like to start, so kindly take your seats. Asante sana. More time. Kindly take your seats so that we may start. Thank you very much. You've been very beautiful. Asante sana kwa kuja. Tuomba mchukue viti vyenu. Furaha mvikalie. Ndio tuanze.
My textbook.
Fire and you make me feel good at the same time.
I can see people making their way to their seats. We'd like to start in the next 5 minutes. So kindly take your seats so that we may get this show going. Again, this is the Business Daily Top 40 Under 40 Women Awards Dinner 2023. Asante sana, DJ Reigns. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. To all the ladies, happy International Women's Day. Ladies only. Ladies only. And now may the men, this is what I need the men to do. Could we please, including Watu Sound, Pale, let's give a round of applause to all the women who have graced us with their presence. Nisione mwanaume mwenye apigi makofi. I say that all the men are good. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Business Daily Top 40 Under 40 Women Awards Dinner 2023. That's where you applaud. Everyone. We're here to celebrate greatness, we're here to celebrate innovation, and I'm honored to be here. My name is Safan Joram. I am a host at the hit show, Twende. Thank you. Thank you very much. You see the people informed. So after this, all of you should be informed. Yes. And in fact, this coming Sunday, we have a special edition where we are celebrating all the women that we have encountered, plus the ones we work with, help us make this amazing show. Can we get the show going? You all look fantastic. Please make sure you take as many photos as you can. The hashtag is top 40 under 40 women. And to get us started, help me welcome on stage to give the opening remarks the head of marketing Nation Media Group, Filbert Daly.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me? Yes. I'm standing here on behalf of my boss, our CEO, who is seated right in front of me, Mr. Steven Kitagama, and the entire fraternity of Nation Media Group, and our partners, our chief guest, Mrs. Somaya from Equity Group, all the winners who are our chief guests today, and everyone who's attending this event. Good evening. Good evening. It gives me a great pleasure to host you in this event this evening, and I think it is poetic that we are hosting this event when we just held the International Women's Day. Don't you think so? Yes. Yeah, and I shall not confirm whether that was intentional or not. This Wednesday, we hosted a gala dinner and to celebrate women, and this reminds ourselves why we need to be champions in the fight for gender equity. The untapped resources, the economic and social value, ensuring that women are equal players in the country and the globe cannot be understated. One of the things that stood out for me this week is how often women achievements are overlooked and downplayed. It almost feels like women cannot win in a world whose standards for their successes are changing. Stay-at-home mothers are not even seen as ambitious enough, while career women are said to be abandoning their families. Those ascending to the career ladder are said to be abandoning at fast pace, a question, while those making money in their businesses are questioned even more. It sometimes feels like they don't have a right way to win. Don't you think so? Do you agree that should be the case? I don't think so. And so, as I stand here, I cannot pretend to behave like I can relate. But I stand here to say that I want to see a different world in my lifetime. I want a different experience for our daughters and our granddaughters. That is the reason why top 40 and 40 women tonight is to be celebrated. More and more, we as a media house, we want to continue to mainstream celebrating women's success without questions, without assumptions, without the bias. We want to normalize women breaking ceilings and using their voice to drive societal, technological, and economical changes. We want to celebrate their hard work, their minds, their innovations, their grit, their talent, their sheer will power to make a difference. That is exactly what we're here to do today, to celebrate women making the waves. Over 15 years ago, when Top 40 Under 40 was started, we have seen massive changes in the profile of women who are winning. The awardees are younger, taking the path less traveled. In this year's list of awardees, as you will see, we have women in careers I would never have dreamed of as a child. For context, I grew up in an age where we had two careers that we knew for women. Either nurses, which other one do you know? Teachers. Sorry? Teachers. Those are the ones that we knew. But you'll be amazed at the careers that these women seated here today have charted. And we are very happy to see people like escort athletes, people participating in escort athletes. What is that? You know? Tech disruptors. There she is. Tech disruptors in cleaning businesses. Something that we but it's being done in a disruptive way by a woman seated in this room. So the great thing about Top 40 Under 40 award is that it is more than just a ceremony or a recognition. It is an opportunity for you to network with other like-minded individuals. It is a chance for you to challenge yourself, to mentor others, sharing your journey and your knowledge with looking for what is next. As you continue to climb the ladder higher, you need to carry others along. And as I close, let me take this opportunity to congratulate each of the winners tonight. We are very excited to be celebrating this milestone with you, and we look forward to seeing where this journey takes you. The steps you will now take, the path that you will choose, we will be here sharing. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Back to you tonight.
Asante sana. Now, when ukienda kwa nyumba ya mtu, you have to listen to them. You know, they always have something to say. And so we are honored to be here at Simbacop and to give us welcoming remarks. Tupigie makofi Chief Legal and People Officer Simbacop, Rita Mwangi. Tuendelee tukipiga makofi. Yes. And you're looking for mine. Let's continue. Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Mr. Gala, Mrs. Omai, all our winners, top 40 women and 40 esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. The speaker before me has left out this very difficult shoe to fit, but in line with this International Women's Day theme, I think I'll focus on the shoe that fits me and hope that I deliver on behalf of the Senior Corporation. So I stand here on behalf of our CEO, Mr. Dinesh Kotecha, who would have loved to be here with us. He was asking me, how does the place look? And I told him, absolutely glamorous, don't worry, I'll enjoy on your behalf. So he passes his regards, and on his behalf and on behalf of the entire Singapore, I welcome you to Aspire Center, our Center of Excellence that houses both our hospitality and automotive business. Within this center, we have our showroom where you are seated. This is where we display the cars. We have our restaurants, we have our workshop. Deceiving as it might be from the outset, we host all this, including conference facilities. So we've been in business as a group for the last 55 years with diverse interests in hospitality, automotive, financial services. We are in real estate. We also have an assembly plant. We have a foundation. But going back to hospitality, we are proud to be the owners of the Villa Rosa Kempinski. We are also the brand that owns the Acacia Premier in Kisumu. Our newest kid on the block, Nairobi Street Kitchen, which I hope you've had an opportunity to visit. And we have some interest in Hemingway's group as well. For automotive, we work with the leading brands. We have Fuso, we have our Showplayland trucks and buses. We have our passenger vehicles, Mitsubishi and Proton, just to name but a few. We are also in the agriculture space. So our assembly plant is actually one of the leading plants in Kenya, where we assemble for over 14 global leading vehicle manufacturers. And excellence is what we continue to aim at as we support the government's agenda on manufacturing. Our foundation is all about empowering the youth by providing them with the the technical and business skills that they require so that they are better able to support themselves and to build a better future for themselves and those who come after them. So we are extremely honored to be here and to be part of this event. And we are thankful to the Nation Media Group and Business Daily for allowing us once again to partner with you for the 4th year in a row in this wonderful event. It's truly an honor. And for these beautiful women, this event could not have come at a better time. Just 2 days ago, we took a pause, and as a world, we decided the achievements that women have made over the years. We took a pause to celebrate the great contribution and achievements of women over the years. The theme of this year, embracing equity and focusing a lot on innovation and technology, is recognizing that while we've made some tremendous progress in empowering our women and in ensuring that we continue to build them, we still have a long way to go. And this event today is very close to our hearts as a group. And why? Because we are very cognizant of the fact that without the Simba women, we call them the Simba lionesses, we would not be where we are as an organization. We recognize the tremendous contribution that these women have made and continue to make in order to get Simba to where it is today. We certainly, as a group, as an organization, will not be where we are without the contribution of these amazing women. And right from board level all the way to our workshop. So we appreciate the Simba women very much. And as I look at these beautiful women, I was actually very challenged as I went through your individual profiles. And I'm like, oh my God, if at this age you're doing this, what will you do with your life? It is, let me say, I'm excited to see what each of you will become or continue becoming, what each of you is going to do, not only in your individual capacity, but as a powerhouse that is the community of the top 40 women under 40. It is a tsunami in the making. We can't let it die in a whimper. And I kept thinking to myself, what do I tell these women who are already doing so much with themselves? If you talk about embracing equity, I'm sure it's something that you've been doing. However, for me, this International Women's Day celebration and the theme around embracing equity and looking at how we can use innovation and technology to create an even more level playing field is a call to action, to raise the bar. We're already doing it, but for sure there is more that we can do as individuals, as part of organizations, as part of the discussion at national level, and also at global level, where so many of you are already playing. So ladies, I celebrate you, I bow to you, because what you have done is to demonstrate to women across the globe, and especially those who are coming after you, that excellence counts. What you're communicating by doing what you do and doing it so well is telling the world we can do it and we must do it. So I celebrate these women of excellence, women who are challenging, who are pushing boundaries, women who are challenging not only themselves, but those around them to do better and to be better. And therefore, once again, I thank you, Mr. CEO, with your team, for allowing us to partner with you and allowing us to come here and celebrate these amazing young women. Let the tsunami gain momentum, go out and impact the world in an even greater way. I must again challenge you, ask, what can I do as an individual? What are we going to do as this community of leaders? And now, before I finish, I would have, can I say, somebody will throw me out of the room if I don't whisper something for the top women, for top 40 women under 40 winners. We have something for you. Yes, I can see you're looking at me and wondering what could this be beyond what has already been done. So in recognition of your achievement, we have a special offer from Proton on the Proton X70. I'm sure as you walked in on the runway, you saw a red car on your right. That is a Proton X70 made for women, high-achieving women like yourselves. And we have a special offer just for tonight. And it's going for Kenya shillings 440 only. I'm sure you can recognize. Yes. I'm sure the 4 zeros are very familiar. It is very deliberate. In addition to that, and to make it very easy for you to drive away with that car, we have partnered with several banks who are ready to give you up to 90% financing. Ladies, what are we waiting for? In addition to that, last but not least, for the first 40,000 kilometers, you get service for free. Ladies, walk away with the red car. So let me congratulate you once more. I bow down to you and keep on being the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Thank you.
All I want to say is we can partner as well. We can get the car together. I can be your cheerleader. All right. To give us the partner remarks, let's give a warm welcome to Samantha Kipuri, Group MD, Detsu Kenya. This way. This way. Makofi tafadhali. It was those clubs that allowed you to get that offer for Proton. So you don't know what else you could get. Asante sana, Samantha. Thank you.
Rita, you're a tough act to follow. I don't have a car, just so you know. It's such a great pleasure to be here this evening. Among you, 40 really powerful and remarkable women who have climbed to the top of their respective industries. Truly an honor. Thank you, Philbert, MMG, Business Daily, and all the other partners having us today. As I thought about what I would say here tonight, the first thing that came to mind was Samantha, be brief and be useful. So hopefully I take those boxes tonight, let me know later. My personal story starts in 2010 when I started Dentsu, and for the entrepreneurs in the room, I'm sure you know it took us 7 years of blood, sweat, and tears before we became a household name in the industry. But I really don't want to talk about the journey as much as I want to talk about the win and what sometimes happens after. I first won this award in 2018, and it was essentially for going into the most awarded, strongest performing advertising agency in Kenya. It validated everything my amazing team and I had worked for, and the ladies who support me every single day are here in this room today, Roxy, Mary, Dora, who are here with me, have always been with me. And winning the award just showed us that we were not crazy, that having a best-in-class advertising agency ran by incredibly talented people with healthy internal and client relationships was not only possible, but had been achieved and achieved by us. Now, what we don't often talk about, and this isn't something I've spoken about either, is what happens after the award. After the excitement and the joy, I started to feel really deflated. And after examining things a lot more closely, it was because I felt stuck. I felt stuck at, okay, we got here, now what? There's still so much to be done. And believe me, my aim tonight is not to rain on your parade. This is an extraordinary achievement, and this is your night to celebrate and feel proud for everything is taken for each of you to be in this moment. Rather, my hope is to share my own experience, so that should you have a similar feeling after tonight, that you give yourself a little grace and have a roadmap on how to navigate it. I believe that the work I did while in this slump in 2018 is what allows me to be back here again, winning a second award in 2023 for the further strides that Dentsu has made in the advertising industry. The first thing I did while in my slump was check back in with God. Along this journey of mine, it really has been Him and I walking together. So going back to figure out what that next chapter was crucial. And through our conversations in prayer, what I found was that the sadness and the feeling I was experiencing was based on the fact that I always thought my success or the success of the company would equal my own happiness. I had worked towards this vision of success for so long, and it was an unforgettable feeling for the effort of the company to be recognized in such a special way. But I never thought about what comes after my win. And it was only after a lot of soul searching that I realized that my ideas around what constitutes happiness in my career were misplaced. The happiness I imagined was a destination, but it isn't really. The things that gave me happiness were already embedded in the work I do every day, and the reasons that I do it. The first comes from building brands, the work itself. There really is no better feeling than working with our clients to achieve the impossible or the never done before. From the Tusker rebrand, to turning Bonga points into a currency with Safaricom, to launching Netflix in the Kenyan market, driving business results for clients is something that gives me a rush like no other. The second thing that gives me joy is growing careers. So for the amazing women I work with every day, how was I giving them opportunities to grow in the business, both from an income and learning perspective? It's really encouraging to have them here with me today sharing this success, because they really are the reason why I'm here today. And it gives me great delight to witness their own success and continue to facilitate it wherever possible. Lastly, being active in my community is a significant source of joy for me, especially when it comes to helping young women get through higher education. Focusing on these three things in 2018 allowed me to look at success differently. Sorry, I lost my place. Give me a sec. Okay. For while these accolades are amazing and absolutely necessary, like Philbert said, in validating your hard work, I truly believe that true joy is found in pivoting such successes to your God-given purpose on this earth. And mine is investing in others irrespective of my role. I ask each and every one of you, winner or not, to consider what you feel your purpose is and how being here today can contribute to the pursuit and the fulfillment of that purpose. So with that, I again congratulate each and every one of you. May this be just a stepping stone to even higher achievements and the continued recognition of all the work that you do. So you may be top 40 tonight, but please recognize that each and every one of you is one of one. Have a lovely evening.
One of one. Thank you very much. Hey, are you feeling special? Good. I was sort of hoping for the ladies to say yes, but thank you. So are you feeling special? Yes. Thank you very much. Victory has a feast, and we have prepared a feast that's befitting your success. And right now, I'd like us to start with the starters. All right, DJ, tupatie muziki as you prepare yourself. Yes? Good. And as that is happening, we'd like to we'll welcome later on in maybe like 3 minutes Dr. Jessica Kirimi to also give us her partner remarks. But for now, DJ Reigns.
Happiness. Hello, Happiness. Bella. Oh, sorry, I was speaking to someone here. Sasa. Because now, once you're playing, are we going to see
Fantastic. I hope you're enjoying yourselves. Now be reminded that some of us do not know kuna starter, and then it's a main course, and then other courses. So usitie shaka, that is just the beginning. As we go on, I'd like us to hear some more remarks from our partners from Lancet, Kenya. A round of warm applause for Dr. Jessica Kirini.
The awardees.
Thank you. The awardees, the sponsors, the organizers, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's such a great pleasure and honor to be a part of this prestigious Top 40 and Top 40 Women's Awards celebration. Being in a room with such a beautifully diverse group of ladies is incredibly soul-nourishing. I keep thinking, if this was a day event, I would have loved to come with my little girl, my daughter, for her to meet you amazing, formidable, phenomenal, and exceptional women. I would want her to mingle and meet with you so that she gets excited about what the future holds for her and all the possibilities that come with it. I would want her to hear firsthand from you the hard work you've put in, the diligence, the resilience that you've had to put up to get to where you are today. But most of all, I would have wanted her to be here, to feel the fierceness and the robust spirit that I'm feeling in this room, because you ladies are truly strong role models. Your achievements are a real inspiration, not just to me as an individual, but to young girls and women of all age and walks of life. As you receive your awards, accept them with pride, display them with pride. Let them be a symbol of the hard work you've put in and the sacrifices you've had to make. Keep the fire burning, keep breaking the glass ceilings, keep holding your heads high. Keep facing the world head on and strong. We are continuously cheering you. We are proud of you. And we are hoping you the best even in the future. It would be very imprudent, injudicious, and very responsible of me as a medical doctor not to take this opportunity to touch on matters health. I know you've heard it so many times that it's probably going to become boring, but I will repeat it. Your health is your wealth. Your health is your wealth. My passionate plea to you this evening is to take charge of your health. Just as you're taking charge of your businesses, just as you're taking charge of your departments, taking charge in the boardroom, take charge of your health. Most of the ills that are plaguing us are basically due to our lifestyle, the diet, our eating habits, our nutritional status, our sedentary lives with minimal or no exercise, our stress levels, our stubbornness at refusing advice to seek regular medical checkups. Most of the lifestyle diseases like diabetes and hypertension, with just a little modification of what I have enumerated, would lead to a marked decrease in the number of cases of hypertension and diabetes that we are seeing. Breast cancer, cervical cancer are still two cancers that are leading causes of death among our women. And this is so disheartening to me because these are two cancers that can be caught early. And if caught early, the outcomes are good. Ladies, the breast is externally located, it's accessible. We take 2 to 3 minutes to brush our teeth every day. We take another 5 to 10 minutes to get all made up and to do our hair. Why can't we just take another 2-3 minutes to do a daily breast examination? We need to get acquainted with our breast. We need to know how they feel. We need to know how they look, so that if anything abnormal crops up, we catch it early, we seek medical attention early, and this can save us. Cervical cancer, another cancer that can be caught early. The pap smears, regular pap smears. Ladies, please schedule your regular pap smears. For those who feel that the procedure to take the pap smear is uncomfortable, visit us at Southern Lancet Africa. We now have a testing kit that you can take and take your own self-sampling and take the sample in the comfort of your home. And you bring back the sample and we test it for you. For those who have daughters like myself, aged between 8 and 12, I encourage you to take them to get their HPV vaccine. The human papilloma virus is associated with most of the cervical cancers that we see. And I do urge those of you with daughters aged 8 to 12, please take them to have their vaccines. Sorry? The vaccine, unfortunately, we do not give at Lancet, but most health facilities are offering. Most health facilities are, in fact, the government is going around schools offering the vaccines to the girls. With that, once again, ladies, congratulations. We are proud of you. My parting shot to you is from the Holy Book, Deuteronomy chapter 31, verse 6. Be strong and courageous. do not be afraid, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you, and He will never forsake you. Congratulations once again, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Be strong and very. Exactly. To give us some more partner remarks, IFC East Africa Supervisor Transion Holdings, put your hands together for Samantha Wainaina. As she makes her way, we could also have some more partner remarks to Marketing Manager Takaful Jennifer Moirori. Jennifer? Makofi ya Jennifer.
You've seen my height, eh? Those are tough acts to follow. You know, I wasn't supposed to speak. I had written this beautiful speech for my boss, Mrs. Sumaya Hassan, who could not be here with us today because she had to travel for work. And I guess she knew for a while that she was going to go, even as I was writing, because she just left. And then she said, handle it. And I work best behind the scenes. I am the guy who is ruffling feathers and telling people, songa, songa. Anyway, so I am very honored to be here today, standing in front of you, shaking like a leaf. But nonetheless, I shall try my best. Okay. So IWD is to celebrate and honor the social, economic, cultural, and political achievement of women around the world. As I was reading your brief, ladies, I was so impressed. Then I was like, my God, I'm about 40. They have not recognized me. So I need to start doing something before next year. So that, you know, at least, even number 40 will take, or 41. It's okay. No. Maybe 41. I'm not leaving. I intend to work. But mine is to say a hearty congratulations to all of you. Good job. We really do stand on the shoulders of giants. Caroline Motoko, I'm looking at you. You're my giant. I want to be like you. So to see the ages represented on that list, and to read the editor's remarks saying that women are getting bolder even at a very young age, is so encouraging that age is not a barrier to achieve big things, that women are becoming bolder, more courageous to take up space. I remember when Obama came and he said, it is very stupid to play without 50% of your team. So therefore, if I look at our census, it says we are 50-50. To see women shake, move, make space for themselves, break barriers, is very encouraging to me. And as a mother of girls, like the lady from Lancet said, I really wish I would have come with my 2 little girls so that they can feel a bit of what I'm feeling. You know, just all of you, the beauty and the courage and the strength that is in this room is absolutely amazing. I am so inspired. Last week, I had the honor of visiting the northern part of Kenya, and I'm a little ashamed to say this, but when you take the map of Kenya and you cut it in half at the equator, I had never been to the north. The farthest I've been is Nanyuki. So my boss, as is her nature, said, Jennifer, I need you to go to Marsabit. I was like, what? No, they're bandits. Me, I'm a soft girl from Nairobi. What do you mean? But I just say that to honor her because she has really pushed me out of my comfort zone. to an extent where I'm thinking, okay, before I'm 40, maybe they'll make me number 41 next year. So I need to do something quickly. All that to say, I visited 10 counties. I went to Isiolo, I went to Garissa, I went to Marsabit, I went to Turkana, I went to Pokot. And I think I've been living in this little bubble of people who look like me. So I didn't know that there were women who are trailblazing in Manyatta, strong women doing big things. We all know there's a drought in Kenya. And I was speaking to a lady who said, my husband left a year ago. He was the head of this Manyatta. And I'm the one who's taken everyone. She's taking care of the elderly, she's taking care of the children, she's the MD, she's the hospitality manager, she's the security guard, she's everything. And even in her little space that she occupies, which before me going there I did not recognize, I was like, wow. I really don't think about these things. But in their little small little world, they are making such an impact. That the husband goes away for months on end to look for pasture, and they are left in control. CEOs of their little Manyattas running it like an organization. Nothing went wrong. Hoping and praying that the husband comes back home. I drew such inspiration from such women. I said Carol and Mutoka, and I was like, I drew such inspiration from Carol and Mutoka. And I really do. I really love you. That was what I say. I have to add. But there is a section of women leaders that no one recognizes, but they do absolutely amazing. And let me end there, because I belong to CWA, and sometimes they have to get the mic away from me by force. But because Rita started it, I have to finish. So ladies, once you get the car, I have a product called Dada. It's insurance. So with this insurance, what you get, in case of an accident, we'll replace your car seat, we'll replace your handbag, we'll put you up in a hotel if you get an accident outside of your normal residency, we'll put you up in a hotel, so that you're comfortable. We'll do post-accident analysis, we'll tow your car so that they don't steal, and if it goes to a garage, we'll take it to a women's specialized garage. One of the things I want to start doing is msianze kwenda Grogon. We don't like it there. It's a bit unsafe. When you get the car, if you get an accident, you come to my garage, and then you get a reflexologist to massage your legs, and a little table, beautiful. As you do your corporate business of shaking and moving the world, in a nice, relaxed spot, as a boss lady you are. So please buy the car and then bring it to me. I will take care of it. Thank you very much.
Hey. Ali massage. Why? Wow. DJ Reigns, I just want you to just cue it. Just cue. Yeah, we're ready just to press the button. Okay. Now, a country is better when it empowers its citizens, and you have all empowered me, so allow me to empower you. Is that okay? Yes. Dinner is served. DJ. DJ. Wait, stop. We are going to do this again. Are you ready? Okay. A country is better when it empowers its citizens. So allow me to empower you. Is that okay? Yes. Dinner is served. Come on now.
Alafu ukipita
enjoying your dinner? Good, thank you very much. We're going to continue as you continue to munch down on the delicious food. To continue with our partner remarks, IMC East Africa Supervisor Transion Holdings, put your hands together for Samantha Wainaina. Oh, wow. Hey, all right.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. I know we're still enjoying our dinner, but you can listen to me for 2 minutes, yeah? Just 2 minutes. So it was such a great honor to be in the presence of everyone and such phenomenal women. Women who have pushed boundaries in their various fields while still empowering the next generation. And who said we can't have it all, right? And here we are, proving them wrong. Isn't it amazing to be a woman? In a world where tech is known to be a male-dominated field, I would like to say that tech is her. Just like our top 40 under 40 women here today, we are also pushing boundaries with our new devices, and that is why we felt like this partnership is just right. And this is a device that fits your everyday lifestyle. Whether work or leisure, you can be sure that our Phantom X2 series, the one I am holding here in my hand, will cater to your every need. So, as I conclude, I would like to congratulate all the women being honored here today. I am so proud to be a woman today. You are an inspiration to many of us, and we at Techno celebrate each and every one of you. I would also like to appreciate the team that put together this beautiful event. I think you can agree with me, it is a beautiful event. And I can confidently say that we will be partners for a long time. Thank you very much, everyone, for listening to me, and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Asante sana. Hey, Samantha, when you are power sana, and you don't even need stairs. You have the flight. Fantastic. You heard her here being hailed as a giant, as a hero, and definitely she is. A warm round of applause for the giant, for the hero, for the voice. From Phantom Brand Ambassador, CMO Radio Africa, Caroline Mutuko. Tunaweza endelea tukipiga makofi. Yes. Sorry, hapo Karibu. It's you.
Okay, I thought I was going to giggle a little bit more with my fellow judges on that table. I wasn't ready yet. Good evening. I'd love to start by saying to Philbert, the CEO, and the management team at the Nature Media Group, this is a very good event. This is a very good event. You've done well. I'd also like to acknowledge the sponsors. You went all out, including my people, Techno with the Phantom X2. Oh, is that where you are? Oh, hey! Nice to see you again. To the judges, nobody has mentioned you tonight. You know, oh, don't clap yet. You don't know what I'm going to say. You know, it's tough to be able to pick the right men and women, but importantly for the women, because they want to look at their cohort and look at the women they were awarded next to and feel good about it. But more importantly, every young woman, and I think Dr. from Lancet said this, I want my 12-year-old daughter to be inspired by the women you pick. So you can't just do a little bit of ebutuone nikina nani tunajua. So well done for the job. I wanted to say that when I saw the top 40 for this year, because I don't know whether you're aware, sir, I did sponsor the top 40 in 2019. I was delighted. I had joy as I looked through that list and I saw Samantha Kipuri. Girl, have you come far? Do you know she was a media planner? No, in Scanad. I think I used to give her a rough time. Look at me now. I gotta be a little gentle when I speak to her. You've heard me say this before, you cannot become what you cannot see. And because of you, a young lady today knows and she can see what she can become. And I need to get a little serious here if you don't mind. The picture often portrayed in sections of the media is false. There's a false narrative that has been peddled to all of us that would have you believe that a young woman wants a free ride through life. There's a false narrative that has been peddled that they have no ambition and they cannot affect or effect the world around them. It's a lie that is peddled by the mediocre amongst us, and every year when the Nation Media Group and the Business Daily make a point of elevating, highlighting, and celebrating 40 amazing women, they put that narrative to shame. And I'm so proud of what it is NMG does. I've often said I'm a daughter of Beijing, and I'm a humble believer that I am indeed my grandmother's wildest dreams. As a girl from South B who constantly got told to try and fit into a really bad, ill-shaped box because I was too ambitious, too outspoken, too bold, too forward-thinking, too smart, I was too much. You have no idea how amazed I am when I look at this year's top 40. I'm thinking about Patricia Mativo, 26. Where's Jennifer? Jennifer was there saying, whoa, I got to make it before, I turned 40. There's a 26-year-old on the list. There's a 22-year-old, Beatrice Chebet. Did she make it here tonight? I want to celebrate, once again, the judges for putting an athlete on the list. It's not something we do. Sylvia Gavoni is 24, and she is an outlier because when you look at her profile, you're sitting there saying, she does what? She's an e-sport athlete and a Red Bull. She's a Red Bull what? Is that you? Oh, you clean up nice. You clean up nice. But I'm so excited for you. And I just wanted to say, as Jennifer tries to get onto the list soon, my personal photographer is this young lady, Mercy. She's the only female photographer on the floor. Mercy, don't get excited. You're 23. You better be on the list next year. Otherwise, you're not taking my pictures. But ladies, I also want to say that we are on a relay. This is a race. And I need you to understand that we do hand back the baton. But here's the thing about this race. You got to run as fast as I'm running to catch it, because if you don't, when I do this, it will drop. And I'm not going to slow down. And no other women who've been named here tonight as top 40, Samantha's not going to slow down, but she's willing to hand you the baton. So please keep running and catch up. I'm going to slow down because of you. I'm going to slow down because of that athlete over there. Red Bull what? Yes? Okay, you guys need to Google what she just said because you're in so much trouble. So much trouble. Each one of you tonight is the truest validation that my generation got something right because you're here. If we were not doing our job, then you wouldn't be here because we gave you nothing to look up to. So I love when everybody says, I used to listen to her when I was in high school, and I'm sitting there thinking, what are you saying? Are you trying to give away my age? I'm Kamba. I'm 192 and I'll be just fine. So it can never be said that my generation didn't pass on the baton. It can never be said that I hid and in doing so denied another girl, a lady or a woman, the chance to shine. Because that's what happens when you hide. You're not allowed to hide. But we're on the relay, and the race requires you to keep running while asking the young woman behind you to run fast enough to catch you. There's no slowing down. I would be amiss for not recognizing the sheer commitment of NMG in the Business Daily in ensuring that this moment in our time is not just committed to print, but to history. Because it doesn't happen often enough that we get space in press, and then we get press that actually celebrates us. Most times, and I'm sorry, I work in the business, if it bleeds, it leads. And the fact that there's a commitment not only to do this every year without fail for how many years? 15. But I have a challenge. Why don't you have a top 40 in Uganda? You have a presence. And in Tanzania, because I think we need to grow the space. I also want to say that to each and every one of you, here's to 40 to the power 40 to the power 40. You've only just begun. Proudly put this achievement on your LinkedIn, on your profiles, on your resumes, because it actually matters. Incidentally, you're getting some of the most beautiful trophies I've ever seen. I want to know who sponsored them, because mine doesn't look like that. Yeah. However, to the generations of Kenyan women to come who will be inspired purely by seeing you today, reading your story, and deciding that indeed they too can dream and do and become amazing with no apology because you went before them and made it possible, I congratulate you. Today, very many women and men walk taller because of you. The lame narrative has been put to shame, and now we know that we can become because we can see. We see you. We see you tonight. Congratulations. Thank you.
Yes, you cannot become what you can't see. And in this room, you're definitely inspiring very many young people, old people, people of all kinds, including myself. So thank you very much. Now, we're about to introduce the keynote speaker. And DJ Rains and myself thought it would be nice to play this song. So, 1, 2, 3. Stop, just a minute. I don't think they heard you, you know. I think maybe we need to play it again. So are you ready? Are you ready? So DJ Rains and I thought, just before we introduce the speaker, would play you this song. Prepare your excitement, okay? DJ! Clap for yourselves. One of the reasons why this is an amazing event is because of you, so thank you so much. In 2021, she won the Angaza Award, which recognizes purpose-driven women leaders in banking and finance who show exemplary leadership and commitment to the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, giving us our keynote speech, put your hands together for the Group Executive Director, Equity Bank Limited, Mary Wamai. Mcheze hiyo ngoma. Let's keep the applause going until she gets here. Welcome.
You know, I'm thinking the reason why he played that song is because he knows the generation I am in. Eh? True or false? True or false? Just be honest. You know, today I was very excited. When I got here, I went to the ladies' washroom and I found these two beautiful young ladies. And when I just came in, they were actually doing makeup. And one of them, I don't know whether she's around here, but she told me, oh, so you're also an awardee. Are you also being awarded? And I was like, should I just tell a lie? Yes. Or I'm a Christian. I should just tell the truth. And I told her, by the time Stephen and the team came up with these awards, I had just turned 40. I had just turned 40. So I don't know why they didn't honor me by introducing it a bit earlier, but I know now you are calculating my age. Now you are doing 40 plus, it's 15 years old. So I didn't get a chance to apply. But fortunately, during my time, now they came up with the Angaza Awards. And I got it. I was the top women in finance and banking. So at least, sijatoka hivyo tu, so at least I got something. But I'm very excited tonight, and thank you, Stephen and the team, for inviting me. I'm very honored. Sometimes we do things, but we don't appreciate the significance of the impact we are creating, both directly and indirectly. So mine is a long, long story. So I asked, so what should I talk about? And he said, you have 15 minutes to talk about yourself. And I was just like, is there an appeal to that decision? Because I can't tell my story in 15 minutes. It is too long. But I'll make just a summary, sort of, if I can. You know, I'm a lawyer, and you know, Rita knows that lawyers tell a lot of stories. I'm a lawyer by training. I saw one of the awardees has described herself. I don't remember the name. I haven't carried my notes, Caroline, because me, I write on a notebook. Just show them. I use a notebook to write. So, and all the ladies who came here before me, they came with a what? A phone. I think there's one who had an iPad. And I'm thinking, wow, I will look so analog with my notebook. But I don't leave my notebook behind. For me, it's instinct. I just carry it to the boardroom, to any meeting, to a client's meeting, and even now to the dinner, I carried a notebook. Why? Because I like recording, and I almost feel like I have the iPad here, but it's like when I write things on it, labda zitaenda, they will disappear, they will be deleted. But this one, it's here, unless I lose it. So I saw one of the ladies, awardees, and I was very excited, has said, she's a village girl. I don't recall the name. Who was there? Frida, or Frida, Dr. Frida. Yeah, she's right there. She describes herself as a village girl. And I thought, I want to meet her and know which village she came from. Because you grew up in South B. Hey, yani, ulikuwa hapo. Me, I grew up in the village, the new village. For those who have seen snippets of my story, I'm sure by now you know that I did not wear shoes until I went to secondary school. So, Carol, you know, you need someone to sort of lift, hold your hand to climb up the stairs. Me, I carried water with a jerry can down, up from the river up the hill. So, doing those stairs. Nothing. Easy for me. Yeah, but life in the village was hard. A lot of you have never heard of that village. It's a small village in Nyeri called is Tetu location. But it's also the home of Wangari Maathai, my mentor. And one of the things, when I thought about what I will tell the ladies in the room today, the first thing is you start with a dream. You start with a dream. When I was growing up and life was very hard, the dream that I carried and the dream that carried me through the village was to get out of that village. Can you imagine? I mean, my best role model was my mom, who was a peasant farmer. She had not gone to school beyond primary school, you know, those days. But she was my mentor and my role model, despite her literacy level. And one of the things that I never forgot is she told me, Wagare, as you know, she would call me, Wagare is my name. You have to work very hard and get yourself out of this village. So the only thing I needed to do when I was in primary school, when I was in secondary school, when I was in high school, that time we had two, secondary school and high school. Those who know. There are some who don't know that there are two levels in secondary and high school. I had to work hard. I had to work very hard. I studied very hard. Because for me, it was the only ticket I had to come to the city. Now, surprise, surprise. The first time I came to Nairobi from Nyeri, or the first time I left Nyeri, can you imagine when it was? When I came to the University of Nairobi the first day. Yeah, you can't believe it. It sounds like a fairy tale. But it is true. Because I went to primary school. Oh, by the way, that's another story. I went to Teto Boys Primary School. Anyone who follows me here on LinkedIn, I'm sure you've seen that story. And people are asking me, hiya. So when I went to secondary school, and the teacher tells you, okay, you introduce yourself, where you come, your name, where you come from. So me, I stood up, you know, just like a tiny little girl from the village. My name is Mary Wangari, and I come from Teto Boys Primary School. So all the girls started laughing. And I'm like, so what's the big deal? Why are they laughing? But see, that was my school, and that's my name. And the teacher asked, did you hear my question? And I said, yes. My name is Mary from Teto Boys. In fact, I thought they had not got the name. Primary school. And I could hear whispers now, more laughter, and they're asking, so are you really a girl? Although I didn't have to prove that I'm a girl. So I said, yes, I am. But it's a long story. That did not stop me from excelling. I got the top marks that had ever been gotten by anybody, boys and girls in that school. In Teto Boys School, I got top marks on top of the boys. Yeah? See, that was something. And that ushered me into another school in Nyeri. That time the system was working differently. So if you're in a Nyeri primary school, you are more likely to go into a Nyeri secondary school. So I went to another school. And then for high school, I still went to Nyeri, Bishop Gatimo Gadu Girls. And that is where I was able to acquire marks to go to the law school in the university. So, I mean, if I did not do that, I can tell you I would be laboring in the village up to today. So I made a choice to work. You know, when people ask me about my schedule, even today, I'm in the bank. In the last 3 weeks, I have done 5 countries in the region. South Sudan, Tanzania, DRC, which other one? Rwanda, Uganda. In the last 2 weeks. And then I've come back to Kenya and I've done meetings for Kenyan companies, including the group, which I finished today. And people ask me, how do you manage? And I simply tell them, I learned how to work hard, give it my all, because I got an opportunity to work in equity. I'm giving it my all, and I've been dreaming and saying, I want to become somebody. My family could not confer to me anything, a title, all assets, nothing. I had to look for it myself. That's what I did, day and night. Now, of course, I dreamt and I worked for it. So you have to dream. Start with a dream and then work for it. Figure out. And I'm so happy that today we are celebrating the top 40. And I'm so impressed with the diversity of skills, diversity of thoughts, diversity of innovation. It is so impressive and very empowering to see the list. And I went through the list and I saw some names, you know, some careers I could not even pronounce. This one being called as something, and I sociologist. I'm not sure. The only context I remember, and the sociologist, is that my second girl, my second baby, I went through cesarean section. So there's someone who came, and they started giving me very interesting stories. And then I don't know what they did to me. The next time I was like, I was asleep. The next time I woke up, there was a baby there, and everything was done. I'm not sure how they did that. So I'm imagining it's something close to that, but at a more advanced level, I think. But I'm trying to figure out what it is all about. So women making bold and courageous moves, both in terms of professional development and professional moves, and also in entrepreneurship. I saw one who has started the shared office space concept. And I was just like, how brilliant. Because when I had my legal firm, you know, we always thought about tenancy as a fixed period of not less than what, 6 years. And then you are like, but if I want to move my business from one point to the other tomorrow, if I change direction of my business, I'm still stuck with a lease for 6 years because the landlord said so. And actually one time I got almost thrown out of my office because I was in a subtenancy and my landlord was not paying rent to the main landlord. So we've seen it all, and I'm so excited. I'm like, this is brilliant. If I need an office for 1 week, is it possible? 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Brilliant. Because sometimes you just need an office to go and impress that customer who you have been targeting for years. And now finally they have decided, okay, can we do a meeting? And you don't want to own up that your office is, you are laughing as if you've done that. Very, very brilliant ideas. Let me tell you, I was thoroughly impressed with that list of 40. I mean, even the traditional careers like mine, legal, you can see how they have branched out into thinking about how they can use their legal knowledge in not the traditional way. Amazing. I'm very, very amazed. And that's how the dream starts. And I agree with those who have spoken before me that these women hold a lot of potential. They have broken the glass ceiling, but you know it's a moving target. We are not yet there. You are just starting. You are just starting. You are just starting. Lesson number 2. You have to be led by a sense of purpose. A sense of purpose in knowing, why do I exist? And this one, you look at it at 2 levels. Why do I exist as Mary, the individual? And then I ask also myself, why do I exist, Catherine, as Phantom, my company or my business? Why do I exist as Equity? Because I'm also part of Equity. A sense of purpose. That is what will drive you, and that is what will guide you and enable you to ride the tide, especially when things get tough. Because things will get tough. Once in a while, you will get into tough territory. And the waves will be blowing you, this side, from all sides. And you're wondering, wow, is this ship collapsing or what? What is going on? I have no idea what to do. Your purpose is what is going to help you to ride the tide and the storm. When I decided to stop being a lawyer, because I was in private practice, I had my own practice, and I decided to join Equity. That time Equity was, I don't know how many our members here today, but if you are in the market at that time, I am sure Equity would not have been even a consideration as your banker. Why? Small balance sheet, negative stakeholder value, negative performance. Everything was going down. Everything was going down. If you look at the graphs of Equity, the way it has evolved, you will see some of the graphs are actually below the 0 line. And we say it's not that they were upside down, it's just that the performance was upside down. So somebody needed to take that decision and say, I'm going to give it my all, being led by a sense of purpose of providing solutions to the previously unbanked. What was the opportunity? You see the opportunity in the market, and that was the other point I wanted to remind you. I know some of you have figured it out, others you not have got awarded. What is the opportunity in the market or in society, depending on what you are looking at? I was particularly impressed by one bio of a lady, I think her name is Mary somebody, who says, I went into psychology, even if she had, I think, a commerce degree or something. But she decided to go into psychology because I knew I needed to deal with a psychology problem because I have lived with it, and set up a center for research on suicide or something. Due to her own experience, it's all about figuring out a solution to a societal problem. So when the nation media thinks about its purpose, they have to think about it in the sense of what is it that the market wants in times of news, coverage, and all that. What is lacking? What is it that the ordinary person needs to know? Because we have the platform to disseminate and then disseminate. We have to figure out what is the societal need. So 4% banked population. What is the size of the market? It's a difference. 96% of the people are not banked. And I can tell you, after 15 or 20 years now of me being in equity, I've been there that long, we have now covered more than 80% of the market. More than 80% of the market is now banked. And the beauty about it is also, some of these things you don't do yourself. When you do it, others see what you are doing, and what do? They also start doing it. Some of the people tell us, well, I don't bank with you, but I really appreciate what you have done, because now we get treated better wherever we are. We get better service. We get better innovations in the market, courtesy of equity leading the way. And that is what transformation is all about. So you must find your own way of transforming the society at a certain level in very diverse ways. And that is how we create a change. Because at the end of the day, you must have that vision of causing change in the society, one way or another. But you need to figure it out depending on your circumstances. So that's the purpose. Number 3 is, I'm really passionate about this one, creating a legacy. You have to ask yourself, if you are not there today, because our lights will dim. We are natural, we are human, and our lights will dim one day. Only God knows when, but it will certainly happen. Who has attended a burial recently? A funeral? Funeral? Hey, kwani, you guys don't go for burials. Okay, it's because I said recently. Okay, who has ever attended? Oh, 100%. There's something called the eulogy. Who has seen a eulogy? Okay. What does it say? And we all write them the same way. Carol, you need to show us how to write it differently, so at least. I feel like I'll write mine. Birth. What? School, education. And then if you are like Kikuyu, they'll have the Kikuyu version. Yedomo. Wela. Work. So if I'm a housewife, what will they say? Work? Someone was complaining the work of a housewife is not recognized, and it is true. It is called unpaid labor, which is also not appreciated, which is actually a serious, what do you call it? It's an injustice. It's an injustice. So work, and then the other one is church, religion. And the next one is, me, they will say, I was a dedicated, there's someone who said the CWA. No, now me, I'm in the no. I'm also in that church. Hiyo iko na CWA. So me, I'm in the Jumuiya. So they will say, I belong to the St. Teresa Child of Jesus Jumuiya. And I was a dedicated member, although like this month I haven't attended any meetings because I've been traveling. Do you see the issues we have to deal with? So after church, now they'll talk about marriage, and then sickness, and death. Does that make sense? You've seen it, right? Now, and be very honest here, because I want to ask you a very simple question. Have you ever seen any eulogy where they have written money? Money in bank, money in equity. Money in Equity Bank. Have you seen one where they have said whether she had, what was that car you were telling us about, Rita? Vehicles. Have you seen? Have you seen? Houses. Karen, Modaiga, and she used to drive a Range Rover. Have you seen? What does that say? At that point, and I think the reality is this. What is your final resting place? Six? Is it 6 or 5? Whatever. If it's a rocky land, I hear there is some areas where they can't go below 3. I'm not sure how they manage the council laws, but somehow they know what to do. But that's the reality. Which is why it is important for us to create a legacy. For Nation Media, Top 40, Under 40 is one of the legacies. For equity, I have the equity legacy, but I also have mine as Wangari, because I'm also someone outside equity. And when I go down, people will not actually remember my title. People will remember what I did for them, not the fact that I was the group executive director in charge of 6 countries. No, that will not be relevant at that time, because I will not be able to sign a board resolution going forward. I will not be able to give a contribution from that point forward. I will no longer be able to sleep in my house, however beautiful, or drive my beautiful car. So does it matter? Yes, it does matter. You have to be comfortable. You have to live here first before we go to heaven. But the way we create a legacy is, as many people have said before me, pull somebody along with, I think you said, let them run as fast, catch me. I like that. Get people, pull them so that they can, if not come to where you are, they come close to where you are. Maybe not necessarily, but at least do something for them that makes a difference. So in equity, we have done education. Josephine is here. Now, Josephine, please. She started with as an intern with our internship program. And then when she finished, after sponsorship, she said, I also want to make a contribution because I know what that internship has done for me. And she has worked very hard. As we speak now, she has mentored, she has the others behind her. You have how many who have gone to the Ivy League schools? About 300 of our students have gone to Ivy League schools, courtesy of what she's doing together with others. Because she has dedicated and said, I want to make a difference to these ones. And they go on full scholarships. Full scholarships. 3 years, 4 years, Harvard, Stanford, Columbia, MIT, name it, they are there. If you look at the total to date, there are probably more than, 1,000 beneficiaries. And then they come back here. And I'm imagining maybe among one of the innovators is one of the ELP scholars that have gone through that program. That is how you create a legacy. Something that somebody will remember you long after you are gone. Because everything else will fade away. Thank you, Josephine. So, mentorship and coaching of those behind us, or those who are not doing as well as us, either because they did not receive as much education as we did, or they did not get exposed to the same environment like we did, as we had very few role models and mentors. That one I can say. So we learned a lot of these things by ourselves. But that doesn't mean that I cannot do that for somebody. And we cannot underscore the importance of mentorship and coaching on the right values. What our country needs today, more than anything else, is good values. Values, integrity, and ethics. That's what we are short of today. When you look at what is happening around us, across the board. And because of that dedication, I will also give you another example. Elizabeth, right there. So Elizabeth is interesting because when I joined Equity, I was just a lawyer, by the way. And now I've gone into it never even used to be a bank. It was a building society. But we used to call ourselves Fegi Bank. You know, now you can't go and say that we are not even a bank. No, you say we are a bank. Until the central bank would remind us, you are not even a bank. You are a building society. So she joined at entry level, meaning, do you know that person you find at the counter? That's where she joined, straight from campus. And by the time I joined, she had grown and she had joined the credit department. That's the loan department. And she did so well that now when I became a banker, I was also in charge of investor relations. Now, investors ask very tough questions. And credit for a bank is one of the big issues. So one of the days we had a team, young analysts, from JP Morgan. So they came, Mary, and now the director for credit was not there. He had an emergency, so I had to do the credit bit also. So the guy asked, Mary, tell us, what is the cost of risk of equity? And I'm scratching my head, now here, that one I don't know. What is that? What is cost of risk? So me, I had to save myself. I said, I can't let this young man embarrass me. I don't know. So I told him, oh, you know what? Equity, we deal with microfinance loans. So we have like about now 5 million customers. And they take small loans and give us small savings. But can you imagine? The level of repayment is 97%. The NPL is only 3%. And the guy was mesmerized, so he's like, Aya, are you sure? You mean it does so well? So he forgot the initial question. Then the meeting ended very well. I didn't get embarrassed. Then I went to Elizabeth and asked Elizabeth, what is the cost of risk, by the way? And she told me, oh, you know, Mary, it is written off loans over what? Gross loans is the amount you are writing off. Close discussion. I self-taught myself banking by asking the right question and asking my colleagues here, because she has a credit specialty. Elizabeth is now the one who has developed the credit scoring engine in Equity. So if you are one of those customers who is at 4 a.m. It's called Gokanya-kanya. 4 a.m. By the way, I'm not joking. Elizabeth, the peak of credits on phone is what? Between 4 and 5 a.m. It's a fact from data. I saw there's a data analyst here in the team. Very amazing. Can you imagine we have come all the way from the time when you had to go queue in the bank for how many hours? Go talk to Elizabeth and tell her, oh, by the way, now my child is sick. I'm having issues at home. I need 10,000. And she'll ask you a million questions. Now, she has a psychometric component entrenched in that engine. So it actually asks you very, very politely, in a way that you can't even notice, it is asking you questions. And she has credits scored. So you just go and apply for your 20,000 loan. I'm a mama boga. I go and do what? I buy my potatoes, I buy my carrots, and I do what? Go sell. At the end of the day, Elizabeth, your money. I keep my profit. Simple. Simple. That is what the women in equity are doing from an entry level. Because I don't have much time, I can see he's almost now coming to snatch the microphone. The good thing is, this one is fixed. So you cannot snatch it from me. But I'll just take 2 more minutes. In the spirit of carrying others along, there's one interesting statistic that I realized from data, because we do it in the board committees, about equity. When we do entry level, we have about 50-50 women, men, entry level. But as you go up the ladder, that reduces significantly. So my question was, how come we are not as many here where I am as we were when we were in lower levels? And we realized there were issues. So in 2020, I set up a program that we are calling EQUIP, Equity Inspire Program for our women. And the aim is for us to, first of all, understand what are the factors that are causing that divide as we go up, and then provide solutions. That program has so far been very successful because we are seeing the women coming up. When there's an advertisement for a job, they are going for it, they are bold and courageous, because we are also trying to create confidence in them. And they are now applying for higher, and we are creating leadership programs for them. We have now created a book club. We have about 1,500 women in the book club. We have read The Leader Without a Title, just how to become a good leader. We have also read Lean In by Sheryl Sandberg in terms of becoming bold enough as a woman to take advantage of the opportunities that are coming. So that is what we have done, and I'm very, very proud of what we have achieved, both as an individual, but also as an institution. My parting shot, let the women in this room believe that they can do it, okay, is it as well or even better? Even better. When I joined Equity, the balance sheet of the bank was only 3 billion, Stephen, Kenya shillings. Now, as we speak today, the balance sheet of Equity is 1.5 trillion Kenya shillings. I joined when Equity was only in Kenya. And for those who know, Equity was in one part of Kenya. Today, we have branches, 400 branches from 18 that time, in 6 countries. in the region and doing one more this year. Isn't that amazing? So we can do it, and I'm very proud of that achievement. So anything we set our mind to, we have to deliver. We have to become dependable, we have to become people who perform, productive people. But also remember that the theme of this year is thinking innovatively. And where it is possible, using the digital channels to get ahead and understand the market and what the market needs. So thank you very much for listening to me. Now you know why the story cannot be told in 15 minutes. Next time I will ask for how long? Okay, like 2 hours is still not enough. So thank you very much and God bless you all. Asanteni sana.
Fantastic. A round of applause. You have to be led by a sense of purpose. Thank you very much for your very wise and kind words. Definitely it cannot be told even in a day. So thank you very much. Now we have come to the moment that we have been waiting for. Are you ready? Are you ready? Okay, now I'd like you to get your phones out. Get your phones out. Make a selfie mode. And I just want you to look at yourself. Yeah? Everyone get your phones out. Get your phones out. Even if you're a man, it's okay for now. We'll allow you. So we have our phones out. Put it on video. I want you to look at yourself. Okay? DJ, you see now all of you who are here, top 40, under 40, anytime you walk into a room, this is the music we want you to walk in with. Are you ready? Make sure that camera is there. Get a good angle. Start recording. 1, 2, 3. Fantastic. So now let no one ever tell you you're not a conqueror, a champion, a lion. You are here. All right. So we are going to... I'm even nervous. I don't even know. When you're with greatness, you definitely feel it. DJ tupe muziki kidogo. Alright, so this is how we're going to do it. You're going to walk up the stairs there. You're going to receive. We'll have people giving you the gifts. We'll have a photo moment. So take your moment. Milk it. Alright, take your moment, milk it, and then you may walk back that side, unless you are Samantha Wainaina and you can just go this way. Alright? If you are a warrior, just jump. Yeah, here we have strong champions. Okay, to hand and to give the first awards, we're going to welcome on stage this GCO NMG, Mr. Stephen Gitagama. Tuko na ma champions. Okay, all right. Okay, so we're going to start. In terms of language technology, she says it is important to use a pivot language that is not Western. Nearly all the machine transition tools we build in my field or her field use English as a pivot language. This needs to change. Through her work, she has discovered a huge gap that exists in language tools, especially for African languages. This should not be the case because the technology to bridge this gap is available. Machine Learning Fellow, Mozilla Foundation, put your hands together for Kathleen Siminyu!
Fantastic. Check 1, 2. Good job. Check 1, 2. Yes, yes. It is at university that she understood the dynamics of politics. My school was predominantly white. I had to ride on the support of the African and Asian communities to sail through, especially since I had minimal resources. This made me appreciate the value of mobilization. She notes that young people's political detachment hurts and that Kenyans should start to ask tough questions sooner. Chief Executive Siasa Place Nerima Wako. Fantastic. Makofi. All right. She started as a marketer but has evolved into a strategy leader and problem solver. She says that she looks back at her life with gratitude but also with a sense of obligation. As long as I am doing my absolute best, I am proud of myself. Biotech Service Leader, Pearl Corporation, Kerubo, Nyamwaro. Makofi yake ipo wapi? Good. All right. Although education took her through different fields, including accounting and human resource management, the bug to pursue psychology kept biting her. I find it fulfilling to help people who are going through mental pain, and I've had experiences similar to my own where I have felt overwhelmed and at risk of suicide and struggled to talk about it due to the stigma attached to it. Executive Director at the Center for Suicide Research and Intervention, Mary Waihiga Gitao. Makofi. All right. Just one more. Just one. You know, the way you came up, you can stand even there. Did you see that athleticism? Yes. Remember we were told here, health is wealth. All right. So her life's mantra is the best or nothing. Her rise to the top has been steady. No magic bullet, no crystal ball. What makes me wake up every morning to go to work is the fact that I know I'm going to change her life, she says. The only girl in a family of 3, she was brought up in a family of teachers. Founding Director, Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, Dr. Frida Simba. Makofi.
Fantastic. Yes. Asante Mr. Steven Gitagama. Sasa uko sawa. Yeah, you can, but wacha tukupatie a break. All right, let's welcome back on stage to hand the next batch of awards, Mary Wamai. Good, good. Welcome back. All right. She is fascinated by social interactions and the role of physical spaces and how the two come together. I make spaces that create opportunity for connection between people because that is what life is about. Connection. We also think about how to bring nature into our spaces, whether they are garden locations or spaces in commercial buildings. CEO and co-founder Ikigai Nyambura Gishohi. All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate her in absentia. She's probably looking for new gardens. All right. Having compassion and empathy while running a business is a strength. In the workplace, for women in particular, compassion and empathy are seen as a weakness, but they have a huge impact in leadership and running a successful business. She tells younger women getting into the business, be you and never try to be a version of somebody else. I encourage you not to negotiate with yourself about your worth and capabilities. Challenge yourself, lean into the fear, and step outside your comfort zone. We won't know what we are capable of otherwise. COO and co-founder Ikigai Washuka Gishohi. All right. So they are actually sisters. And I guess they are both looking for? Exactly, gardens. 5 marks. For the ones who said space, 2.5. You tried. So we have to appreciate you. All right. I played a key role in establishing the mediation registry for the Kericho Law Courts, which is rated among the top registries in Kenya. Cases that have been in court for years on end have been resolved within 60 days of referral, and this has greatly reduced case backlog in my station. Senior Resident Magistrate and High Court Deputy Registrar in Kericho, Aziza Ajwang. Fantastic. Makofi, makofi. All right. Good. One more. Yeah. A graduate of the University of Nairobi School of Medicine, she's the other only 2 trained female transplant anesthesiologist in Kenya. Oh, well. Over time, she has learned that science is diverse and it could heal and change. And through it, she has seen a restoration of lives. Once you are done with the transplant and the graft is functioning as expected, the joy you feel is rewarding. For me, it is a moment when we hand the recipient a new lease of life. Nothing can top that. Transplant anesthesiologist, Dr. Victoria Simiyu. Makofi, makofi. Thank you very much. I'd like to just, suggest that we can have a short form, Anest, like Anest. Anest, can we agree, Anest? Okay, agreed, sold. All right. to hand the next batch of trophies, please welcome on stage Clifford Machoka. All right. Hey, okay. Her entrepreneurial motivation developed when she operated a grocery that helped to raise money for her college fees. Some days I'd be at Gikomba and Marikiti markets by 3:30 a.m. to get supplies, she says. Over time, she has learned to juggle school, work, and family. At a tender age, she built a picture of success for herself and always benchmarked against the best. The mother of two says the most important thing is for one to apply themselves, do their best, and run their race. Then opportunities will flow. Managing Director Can Invest, June Chepkemei. Makofi. Wonderful. All right. When she graduated from law school, she wanted two things: to be a litigator and run her own law practice. I did not know how I would achieve either of those things or what area I would end up specializing in. Last year, she was named the Tech Lawyer of the Year 2022 by the Africa Legal Tech and Innovation Awards by Lawyers Hub, which recognizes top African innovators, lawyers, policymakers, and institutions. Partner at Nzili Sumbi Advocates, Masi Motemi. Fantastic. I have very high personal ambition. I do not give up easily and I'm not afraid to challenge the status quo. She says about her career growth. With not so many women rising to the top, what keeps her going is believing in herself and her capabilities. It is a life lesson she wants other women to emulate. Be okay with making mistakes and failing. Failure builds character. Raise your hand when an opportunity presents itself. And lastly, put in the work and remain persistent, determined, and resilient. HR Director, Coca-Cola Beverages, Africa, Kenya, Kamal Daisy Onyango. Kamal she's very determined. Even now, she's in the office. Let me tell you, she just texted me. I had it. All right. With everything held constant, she says she's happy about her circumstances in life and enthusiastic every day about food science. I'd still pick it if I had to choose again. I want to continue to thrive in my space. Among her biggest lessons about management is that it is hugely demanding. You are prepared for some roles. For most of the rest, you have to figure it out yourself. You have to innovate all the time and think on your feet. Senior Research Scientist, Kenya Industrial Research and Development Institute, Bitutu Nyambane. Makofi. All right. She and her friend realized a lack of confidence or know-how in using the lab technical equipment at the University of Nairobi. Upon further inquiry, she found that many of the students only step into a lab setting when doing KCSE or a week before. And that's it. That's when we decided to create a system that would make science accessible not just to us as budding scientists, but also to the larger public. CEO, Fun KE Science, Tracy Shiundu. Makofi, makofi. Ah, fantastic. One more. Yes, one more. All right. She stands out in a male-dominated industry. She says the secret to making it in such an environment is to ensure your words meet your actions. If men and women are to start taking you seriously. Some of the key lessons in the journey to the top have been accepting that she can be replaced and not waking up expecting any favor just because she's a woman. Do not take this life or your place and position for granted. Everyone is replaceable. Also, let your work and outcomes speak for themselves. Managing Director, Sinresins Limited, Mira Nihar Shah. Fantastic. Makofi, makofi. I hope I said the name correctly. All right. Asante sana. To give the next awards, I'd like to welcome on stage Monica Ndongo. Makofi yake iko wapi? Fantastic. Tumpe muziki akikuja. Ah, unanyonga. Yes. Welcome. All right. As I make sure my notes are correct. All right. Good. The one that stands out the most, at least on the first encounter with her story, is when she bagged a first by becoming the first Kenyan and East African to be signed to an American esports team, XIT Gaming. That was in 2018 and she was aged only 19. Sylvia was named in the 30 under 30 Forbes Africa list for her outstanding achievements as an esports athlete before being announced as the first Kenyan Red Bull athlete in any discipline in October of the same year. Esport athlete and Red Bull player Sylvia Gadhoni. Yeah! Fantastic. When asked about her most valued possession, she refers to her global professional networks without pausing to think. These networks are the product of her intentionality to build valuable relationships in all the spaces she has participated in. She has won a scholarship to take her master's in the course of the University of Twente in the Netherlands. I'm spending my time here to learn how decision-making happens on a global scale. I hope to use the lessons when I come back home. Geospatial consultant, World Food Program, Stella Mutai. Fantastic. All right. Right. In 2017, she threw caution to the wind and took on the big boys. She wanted to improve the standard of roofing sheets, she says. Over the years, I realized that there was a gap. There are many roofing companies in Kenya, but the quality they provide was not good. Entrepreneurship can be a 24/7 job. There may be no rest for the wicked, but similarly, there is no rest for founders. But being in business is the best decision I ever made in my life. General Manager and co-founder Imarisha Mabati, Caroline Kasioka Munyoki. Makofi, makofi. All right. Her need to have an impactful life. She has a need to have an impactful life. It is this burning desire to have an impact that made her change from big grid projects to ventures that served communities directly. Drawn to more impactful work, she transitioned to the renewable energy sector, specifically biogas. 2 years working in installation and managing solar power mini grids. Country Director Kenya, Sistema Bio, Madrin Maina. You know, managing solar power mini grids is not a job like this. You know it, yeah? Yeah. So makofi ya Madrin in absentia. All right. One more. All right. For the 4 years, this doctor has chosen to work with children. She has been the youngest pediatric neurologist in the continent. I chose pediatrics neurology because children are the foundation of humanity. If we get it right at the foundation, we score greatly at getting right in the latter days. Pediatric neurologist, Dr. Catherine Oyeke. Thank you very much. All right. To hand the next trophies, we'd like to welcome on stage Lydia Mancion. My son. Lydia. Makofi yake, tafadhali. Okay. The growth of the business, she says, has coincided with her growth. We started when I was very young. I have become more resilient. Organizing my team has made me a better manager. I have also become more empathetic because I can relate more with the challenges of our clients. Today we have a portfolio of about 1,000 fishermen. Her vision for Kuza Freezers is to reach 3,500 small-scale fishers in sub-Saharan Africa. COO and co-founder Kuza Freezers, Purity Rakuo. Turn the trophy, yeah, Makofi. Well done. And may I take this opportunity, because you deal in freezers, to say you are so cool. All right. Above all, she believes in dreaming big, being authentic, being ambitious, not burning bridges, and doing good to uplift people who have not been equally privileged in life. This is powerful to me because being part of the process means I'm shaping or influencing how the classroom can look like for both boys and girls in Africa, working with teachers and heads of departments in education. Manager Regional Programs, Wikimedia Foundation, Veronica Thamaini. Makofi. Fantastic. Dubbed as the Uber for Mama Fua. She connects low-income women to clients in need of cleaning services. The assumption people have is that the Mama Fua just does laundry. We have more categories including cleaning utensils, mopping and washing bedding. The app was launched last year after starting the innovation in 2020. The trained architect conceived the idea after volunteering with two associations that were empowering women in slums while undertaking her Bachelor of Architecture degree at the University of Nairobi. Giving dignity back to the people, put your hands together for the founder and director of Gwiji, Elizabeth Mwangi. Yes, makofi, makofi. Congratulations. All right. Now this lady, she lives a life of adventure. The vice president of the United Nations Population Fund is a social media star. One moment, she's on TikTok creating and watching videos. The next, she's addressing a gathering at the United Nations on serious humanitarian issues. Patricia typifies an unyielding spirit of a fighter, leaving every battlefield with triumph. Even after her road accident about a decade ago that left her with a disability, she has sought to outdo herself in every engagement. It was a dark period for me, but there's always light. Vice President, United Nations Population Fund, Patricia Mativo. Tuendelee hivyo hivyo. Fantastic. Makofi yake ipo. Yani, This doctor got interested in research for rare diseases by her love for human genetics. She immersed herself in the field in 2018, soon after completing a PhD in cell biology from the University of Heidelberg, Germany. And when a close family member was diagnosed, with Huntington's disease. I can say anesthesiologist, but I can't say this hunting thing. So her job entails using scientific methodologies such as genomics and biophysics to answer fundamental questions to gain mechanistic insight into the disease. This includes understanding the inner workings of cells with a view of gaining knowledge on genetics and other mechanisms behind diseases. Genomic scientist and founder of Huntington, Disease Africa, Dr. Mandy Muthinta. Makofi, makofi. Thank you so much. Asante. Yeah, makofi, makofi wapi ya Lydia. All right. Let's welcome on stage to hand the next batch of trophies, Philip Mwema. Philip, you found the stairs. The others, they didn't find it. All right. Now she was hit her most pronounced highlight of her life journey last year. It was last year when she was named the CNN Hero of the Year. An award that recognizes individuals who have stamped impactful marks in society. I believe everyone is resourceful and has the power within them to do whatever they desire. They just need to be motivated. Whatever skill you have, whatever dreams you have, you can accomplish it if you obsess about it long enough and work for it. CEO and founder, TechLit Africa, Nelly Cheboy. Aha, asante sana. She's bado anaangalia hiyo award ya CNN. In absentia, let's give her a round of applause. Right. Okay. Her path, though, has not been linear. For 4 years, she worked in Qatar and Dubai, including as a barista at a restaurant. She also hawked clothes in Nairobi and has performed in theaters. I am living the life I wanted now, but it has taken longer to get this clarity. A vinyl player and artworks of Bob Marley, Wangari Maathai, and Malcolm X are her most prized possessions because there's more to life than money. It is about purpose, which does not always equal to money. Chief Executive and Founder, Lean Ngugi Network, Lean Ngugi. You know what they say, when you start to listen to Bob, unatulia tu kidogo. So in absentia, a round of applause for Lean Ngugi. I desire to end hunger in Africa. A round of applause for that. And let's just clap for that. I desire to end hunger in Africa. It is a work, and it is a work in progress. It gets better by the day. Our company provides climate-smart, affordable solutions that allow farmers to detect crop pests and diseases early for action. They also conduct soil health analysis to salvage their livelihoods. It is exciting to create a solution that people associate with. Nothing comes close to the satisfaction of watching your brand grow. Chief Executive, Co-Founder, Agritech Analytics, Marianne Hishanga. Makofi, makofi. Also, I'd like to remind all the winners, all the ones receiving their trophies, we are going to have a group photo. So if you want to freshen up, I shall tell you the time. She says, a little girl in her head constantly reminds her of her unlimited capabilities. I have met nearly all the people I used to look up to as a young girl, some who went to the same schools I attended. It is always a refreshing moment. If she could change one thing about Kenyans, it would be to make them more gracious. Even with the difficulties we have gone through as a country, God always comes through for us. Group Head, Global Subsidiaries, City, East Africa, Susan Sawe. Fantastic. How are you guys doing? Are you doing okay? Do you still have energy? You still have energy? You're my people. There are many adjectives to describe Grace, but perhaps only one is apt. Courageous, brave, if you like. The adrenaline junkie who's into bungee jumping, skydiving, and ziplining leads the co-creation, organization, and delivery of Confederation-wide digital strategies across 21 different nations at Oxfam International. When I graduated, I became a web developer doing hard coding from scratch. I always ask myself, how do we drive traffic to this site? That is what launched my digital marketing career. I'm a Christian and I believe in God guiding my steps. God is my biggest success factor. Head of Digital Strategy, Oxfam International, Grace Murugi Wanjama. Fantastic. And as a fellow adrenaline junkie myself, one day we shall do bungee jumping again. All right. Makofi ya Philip. May I call on stage Maggie Ireri. Right. I believe in the law of process, which states that everything worthwhile requires a process, because processes take time and effort. Having patience is a positive attribute when trying to succeed in anything worthwhile, including careers, she adds. Another important life lesson is that those who constantly strive to learn more and keep moving forward, even though times of stagnation, succeed. You ought to constantly learn new things and work to become a better person. Being in a challenging situation does not mean you should be resigned to your fate. Beautiful words from trading manager Vivo Energy Kenya, Monica Were. Fantastic. The Igbo people of Nigeria have a saying that what an old man sees sitting down, a young man cannot see standing up. This is true until you meet this lady, whose job entails having a peek into the future and then guiding Isuzu East Africa through the whirlwinds of time. She's one of the youngest individuals in the management of Isuzu East Africa, but her job description barely betrays her age. It is a job that requires the foresight, wisdom, and experience of an old man or woman standing, not even sitting. Set ambitious career goals, go for them unapologetically, ensure that you enjoy what you do. Head of Corporate Planning and Strategy at Isuzu East Africa, Sandra Njagi. That was a perfect song. Makofi, Makofi. Smile for the camera. Yes. Good job. Okay. She knows all about trailblazing. She was the first senior female leader in information technology at Safaricom. She was one of 6 women in a class of 33 at the Jomo Kenyatta University of Agriculture and Technology, where she she earned her computer science degree. But she wanted more. She has always wanted more. Her favorite part of the job is that she gets to work with passionate people in that part of the organization that is ever exploring and building innovative solutions. Vodafone UK Head of Cloud Engineering, Elizabeth Ndenya Nguli. She's in the clouds. He said it. Well done, well done, well done. Well done. All right. After the COVID-19 pandemic, biological security has become a priority for governments across the world. She has the country's unit mandated to ensure Kenya is prepared for any biological threats. So let's just start by saying thank you. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. All right. Every day when I wake up, I make sure that Kenya is safe from biological threats, she says, noting that the research program operates under global health security at the Ministry of Health. Put your hands together for Head of Biological Threat Reduction Program, Jean Gitao. And let's say thank you one more time. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Hey. All right. The last couple of seasons, one more. The last couple of seasons has been quite successful. In 2022, the 22-year-old policewoman from Londiani won the silver medal in the 5,000 meters at the World Championships in Eugene, Oregon, USA. She followed this up with a brilliant gold medal at the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham, England. In 2022, Chebet also won gold in the 5,000 meters at the African Champions in St. Pierre, Mauritius. Ladies and gentlemen, we are not done. Keep standing. Chebet started the 2023 season on a high with a good gold medal in the senior women's race at the World Athletics Cross Country Championship, Australia. It has not been easy, but it's all about discipline and hard work, Chebet remarked upon arrival back home from Bathurst following her latest triumph. Makofi! Beatrice Chebet. You know, one thing I like about Kenyans these days we celebrate our heroes. That was, if you did not stand, I'd have been very disappointed. So clap for yourselves. For you who did not stand, I know you are digesting the very good food that we gave you. So it's okay. There'll be a moment for you to stand, okay? All right. So let's call on stage Michael Omondi. He's going to give the next batch of awards and trophies. Fantastic. Up. All right. Hey, Beatrice. Wow. All of you are just, this is amazing. It was not until she was sworn in as Principal Secretary for Wildlife that it sunk in that she was part of the cabinet. She's the youngest PS in the Kenya Kwanza administration and says she prepared thoroughly for the role, having beaten 9,000 other applicants. Before becoming PS, she served as a chairperson of the Education Committee at the Nairobi City County Assembly, sponsoring bills that are now law, including the Early Childhood Development and Education Bill, Civic Education Bill, and Creative Arts Bill. PS, State Department for Wildlife, Sylvia Museya. You know, thank you. You know, umeona ni wildlife, yeah? You see, conservation doesn't stop. So right now, she's doing what? Makofi yake iko wapi? Thank you. All right. Now, she was recently elected to serve as chairperson in the first ever COMESA Youth Advisory Panel, alongside her other feather as the Secretary for Gender and International Relations in the All Africa Students Union headquartered in Accra, Ghana. In a country where you so often hear you are the leaders of tomorrow, how does one get to where she is? I may not call where I am a destination, but a journey. For any girl out there, I would recommend getting educated first. Do you agree? Yes. Do you agree? Yes. National Youth Council Board, Angel Warira Mbuthia. Hey. Makofi. Good. All right. Early in my career, I was constantly worried about who I should be to succeed. Should I be louder, more aggressive? Ultimately, the trying was exhausting and pointless, she says. She says prayer and faith helped her to realize that her power lay in being herself. This became the wing that carried her career from when she was a media manager at Mediacom to rise into her current position of head of media at Dentsu, a marketing and communications company. Group head of media Dentsu, Samantha Kipuri. Thank you so much. All right. When I lost control and everything around me started to disappear, my voice remained. Glaucoma made me understand my ability to and the importance of standing alone. I think I was given this mountain to show others it can be moved. Rock bottom, so they say, will show you perspectives that the mountain peaks will not. But in that light, Crystal has been clear. She's not one to tell God how big her problems are, but tells her problems how big her God is. Nominated Senator Crystal Asige. Let's keep those claps going. Hey, 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 hey. Right. right. Beautiful, beautiful. Beautiful words. Hey, all right. Despite the proverbial phrase that when life gives you lemons, you should make lemonade, she argues that not everybody has an equal share of lemons to make lemonade. I aim to provide the essential services for the communities while adapting to and finding solutions to issues such as the impacts of climate change, aging infrastructure, and the global water crisis. Mombasa Water Supply and Sanitation Company General Manager for Commercial and Business Development, Habiba Ali. Makofi, let's look at the cameras. Let's. Hey, that's the mother. Well, greatness. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Asante sana. Wow. Makofi to all of these wonderful individuals. Greatness is in your hearts, in your minds, and in your steps. Thank you so much for inspiring all of us. And now I'd like to call on stage organizational culture expert and chief visionary officer of the Street University, Dr. Wale Akinyemi.
Wow, what a night. What a country. I'm so inspired by the greatness I've seen here today, and that's why it is a crime to speak negative about this country. You know, and I keep saying this every time we get together. I say, well, you're in a plane that's going at 900 kilometers per hour. When you're sitting inside it, you don't appreciate how fast it's going. It's the people outside that know how fast it's going. This plane called Kenya is going very fast, and it's going in a great direction. And so I want to encourage you, please don't join the negativity. I've been so inspired, and mine is to just wrap up, and I'm a storyteller. So one day I was in Lagos, and I had gone to the bank to collect some money. The highest denomination back then was 50 naira. And so I had gone to collect 500,000 naira. Now, on this particular day, they did not even have 50 naira notes. They had only 20 naira notes. And so they gave me 500,000 in 20 naira notes. Oh my God. There was money everywhere. In the boot of my car, in the glove, there was money everywhere. I felt like a very rich man. You know, you get to the police checkpoint. Those are the legalized armed robbery points in Lagos. And the cop says, what do you get for car? I say, money. So I felt like a very rich man until I changed the money into dollars and it fits the breast pocket of my suit. Then I went into a depression. So I want to tell these fabulous ladies today, you are not local champions. Don't see yourself locally. Never allow your success in Kenya to define you. Never allow your success in Kenya to be, this is the pinnacle. No, 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 no. I mentor a lot of people, and in our tribe, those that I mentor, we say we never arrive. Because what was a pinnacle yesterday becomes the foundation for tomorrow's success. So I want all the award winners tonight to say with me, we never arrive. Oh, come on, say it one more time. So that's the first thing. Then the second thing, one day, there was this gentleman that he was more of my dad's friend. So he was in Kenya, and he came to visit us. This guy is on every Forbes list of billionaires. So we had dinner, and then we're having drinks after. And my wife asked, he had told us he was leaving the following day. So my wife asked him, said, Uncle, what time is your flight tomorrow? He smiled. He said, I don't know. He said, but when I'm ready, my pilot, my PA will tell my pilots to get my jet ready. That's the point to say we are sorry. And I laughed and I told my wife, if you don't know what is possible, you will settle for what is available. And that's why I want to tell you today that don't settle for what is available. There's a whole world out there. We've been listening to Yoruba language in music today in Kenya, and everybody is dancing to it. That's what is possible. I was working in Mozambique, and when they were playing the salsa and all that, speaking Portuguese, it was all, nobody got up. When they began to play these Yoruba boys, I heard some people say Yoruba demon. No, they're Yoruba angels. When they began to play, everybody got up and began to dance. That is what is possible. That the Nigerian movie, Nigerian music, it's made in Nigeria, packaged for the world. And that's what you are. Made in Kenya, packaged for the world. And that, I think, it's amazing. And one last thought I want to drop is that when you begin to think global, then you begin to take advantages of platforms you never knew were possible. During the height of COVID, we had been doing a mentoring program in Mathare, and we couldn't meet, so we started what we call the Street University. And we had collaborations from all over the world. And right now we have 30,000 enrollments, and we have group work, people coming together to form businesses, and they have never seen each other. That's what is possible. So I want to challenge all the winners. I want to challenge you today that with a story from the Bible. It's the story of Lazarus. And this was what changed my life. Lazarus was a very poor man at the gate. And he was at the gate of a very rich man. He was hoping that the rich man would help him, would give him something. But the rich man did not. And so one day, Lazarus died. And you know what happened after? The rich man died. Why did the rich man die? His purpose was to look after Lazarus, and he did not. And now that Lazarus is no more there, there's no need for him to be alive. So I said, God, show me my Lazarus, and whatever you do, don't let my Lazarus die. And that's how I went to Mathare and began to pass it on. The greatest legacy is not, like you have heard tonight, not the money you have, but the people whose lives you have impacted. Winston Churchill said he was sure history would be kind to him. And they asked, how are you so sure? He said, because I'm writing my own history. Every day when you wake up, you have an opportunity to write another chapter, another page in your history. Legacy is how you want to be defined when you are no more there to defend yourself. Or is somebody hearing me tonight? And the truth is this, everybody will either be remembered as a warning or as an inspiration. That means one day, somebody will be talking about you and they will say, you know what? If you want to be great, whatever you do, be like so-and-so. That's called an inspiration. But the other side of the coin is also true, that if you want to be great, whatever you do, don't be like so-and-so. The fact that you are here tonight, you are already inspirations. I had tears in my eyes. You are inspirations. So whatever you do, please pass it on. Pass the greatness on. Pass the greatness on. My legacy is in the people who stand up today and say, I was in prison, but this is my life today. I was a gangster, but this is where I am today. I've had meetings where people come and give their guns and say, I listened to you and I'm through with that life. So please pass it on. And remember, if your presence is not making a difference, why are you here? God bless you.
Much. You quoted Winston Churchill, and I'll quote you. Dr. Wale Akinyemi made me aware that if you don't know what is possible, you will settle for what is available. Thank you very much. I'd also like to just take this. Oh yeah, let's we can clap. We can clap. Thank you. I'd like to take this opportunity. We have so many great people here. I'd like to take this opportunity to appreciate and recognize Group CEO, Simba Corp, Mr. Dinesh Kotecha. Makofi yake. Thank you. Next on stage, we'd like to have the judges representative to come and talk to us and tell us, how the 1,000 nominees, that's a lot of work. So just to talk to us and let us know. Dorothy Ooko, Head of Communications and Public Affairs Africa, Google. Makofi.
Thank you. You notice that the noisemakers over there are the judges, isn't it? So mine is to first of all congratulate Business Daily Nation Media Group for hosting us and for this celebration of Top 40 Under 40. And then it's to congratulate all the winners. You are amazing, you are phenomenal, you are remarkable. I hope you can take that in. Yeah? So all the winners, please hold your trophy, hold it. Say, I am remarkable. I am phenomenal. Right. Because I think that we normally as women do not really let that sink in. I saw many of you are running. You're getting it, you want to get out. But what you've done is amazing. And as the judges, we were just sort of shouting, enjoying watching all this. And so I want to remind you, because it's not lost on us, we celebrate International Women's Day, but I don't think you realize that the reason we celebrate is because there are so many unequal opportunities for women. And the fact that you are top 40 under 40, it is not lost on us on how hard you have had to work to get here. Do not take it for granted. You have put in twice the work that a guy would have put in. So congratulations. And do not forget what that means. I think Samantha, who was here, put it well. As all this sinks in, please remember your responsibility. It does not end here. It goes because you have to pass the baton on and remember what your contribution is to the community. So let me share what the judges were looking at. And the judges, I think we are really pleased with the categories that we've seen. We've seen women in corporate, in science, in sports, in arts, law, entrepreneurship, social impact, sports, all the categories are represented. And I think when we look at you, Top 40 Under 40 2023, we're like, I want my sister to be there. I want my daughter to be one of them. I want my niece to be there. And so you are setting an example for other women who look at you and say, I want to be part of that. And so what were we looking for, the judges? We did agree. Many times we agreed. We were like, yeah, no brainer. Many times we had heated debates. So I want to acknowledge the judges who are here with me. One of them has left, but Maggie is there. Maggie, wave. Right. Michael, Philip, Philbert, Joanne. And many times we had some debates. We were like, really? We went on LinkedIn, we Googled, we went on YouTube, we double-checked, we verified age, we verified accomplishment, and sometimes it was an easy win. So those of you who are here, just know that it wasn't easy. It was a serious debate, and for all 4 of us who are different, 5 of us who agreed that you make it to Top 40 Under 40 was no mean feat. So once again, please give them a round of applause for just their amazing work. The other thing we were looking at was not only your achievements, but your contribution to the community. And that's a really big part of why you are Top 40 Under 40 and why your winning is not stopping tonight. You are going to go back and give the communities. Nairobi normally just cheats us because we live in a bubble. We think there's nothing to do. Nairobi is okay. But there's a lot of work to do in the 47 counties. There are a lot of women and girls who need to be lifted up. Your responsibility, having won that, is to go back to your community and bring others along and give them the confidence they need so that they can apply. Give them the confidence to dream that they can do it because you have done it. And so this is not the end. Enjoy the glow, but after the glow, there comes responsibility. And as Dr. Wale said, that do not be confined just by Kenya. The ceiling is the world. You are a winner here in Kenya today, but Africa is your stage, and the world is your stage as well. All the very best, and congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. And now to give us the winner's representative remarks, Geospatial Consultant, World Food Program, Stella Mutai.
All guests and all distinguished guests who are here, I am grateful for this opportunity to talk about how we all feel as the Top 40 Under 40 fellows for this year. I'll read my speech because I was just ambushed just now. So tonight we are humbled and we are grateful for this recognition and mindful of the task that is ahead of us to mentor others and to leave a legacy. I have read the profile of my fellows of 2023, and one thing is clear. Everyone has a unique gift and a substance to the world. It's too big for all of us to offer it here, but our contribution is felt in all arenas. To all the ladies that have gotten this award today, tonight I want to congratulate you and to remind you to always remember, to whom much is given, much is expected. And we have a responsibility to mentor other women, even as we aim higher for our lives. With those few remarks, on behalf of all the Top 40 Under 40 2023, I want to sincerely thank the Nation Media Group, the judges, the owners of this venue, and to everyone who worked hard to ensure that we came together to network, to build ourselves up again, to encourage ourselves, and equally to celebrate with our loved ones. And we are grateful for the love, for the recognition, and even for organizing such an event, and more so allowing us to be together and to celebrate it with everyone that means a lot to us. And to God, all the glory to him. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. Hiyo inaitwa speech of a winner. You were ambushed. You were not ambushed. You wrote that for a month. You, it was a month. List. Ladies and gentlemen, dessert is going to be served. Let me just say that again. Dessert is going to be served. You're my guy. Give him first. So dessert is served, and as we have our dessert, we'll have remarks from the Business Daily editor, Michael Omondi. Makofi ya Michael Omondi. Check 1, 2.
Thank you. Such a difficult task to address an event that has been graced and by individuals like Carol, Dorothy, Mary, Dr. Wale. But nevertheless, I want to highlight a few trends that we've witnessed from this top 40 event since we started, I think in 2007. I've been lucky in the sense that I've participated in all the publications of top 40 under 40 since we started 15 years ago. I think we've done like 26 or 27 publications. And I noticed a few trends that should inform policy in this country. One, when we went through the vetting that Dorothy has just mentioned, we had a short list of about, was it 200? But after we went through the first round with the judges, we ended up with 23 individuals. So we asked ourselves, where are we going to get the other 17? So we had to do fresh rounds, I think 2 or 3, for us to be able to achieve the target of 40 nominees. If I go backwards, about 10 years ago, around 2012 when we were doing the same thing, the judges will come up with a list of about 80 and leave it to us to go and pick the 40 from the list. So I asked myself, what has changed? Are we using the wrong methodology to pick the nominees? So we decided to do a test. So we picked the 20 most, these are the 20 largest companies at the NSC, which we believed represented the face of Kenya. It's the same thing we used to do in 2008, 2009, when we were starting this top 40 under 40, both men and women. We will go and look at the executive suite of companies. Executive suite, I mean, this is a CEO and chief finance officer, chief marketing officer, and it was very easy to get top women who are under 40 who were sitting in the executive suite of top companies. This year, when we did the same survey on the 20 companies, there was no single lady who was below 40 years. I'll give an example of Safaricom. Safaricom, I think, has 11 executives who form their top management team. There are 3 women in that team, and the youngest is 48. Youngest is 48. So we have a problem in the sense that our executive suite is aging. But the silver lining that we